it back. Okay, perfect. All right, kiddos. I'm going to start with PowerPoint real quick and just go through a few things. A lot of it you already know. Oh, let's not do that. Okay, just real quick shout out. This isn't quick, but this is an amazing thing because the people on this list are killing it. Like they're all like our top enrollers. So like killing it. So August Performance Club so far is Kim Farniak, Ann Desmond, Gloria Brinker, Laura Nowicki, Christy Spaniel, and myself. And Joyce Wood, I just want to say a shout out to Joyce as well. She is now officially one enrollment away from then qualifying for the elite breakfast at conventions. So that's super fun. And if you are curious as to where you're at for the Global Convention Breakfast, please reach out to me. I feel like I have a good running total in my notes of where everybody's at, but if you have questions, let me know. Same lineup as always this week. I don't know what's happening on these days. Just always know the Wednesday wellness will be fed into Vitality Living. And Thursday, not this week, but next week, just a heads up, Thursday next week, I'll be doing the Zoom. So just to give you an insight for your guests, someone you know and whose story you know. And I don't know if Brandon's still doing the Tuesday nights. Is anybody plugged into that? Okay, I'll plug in tomorrow night because I think it's important we know for sure, because I know he's been fishing a lot lately. So I don't know for sure if that's taken place, but I will get clarity on that. LVA is this weekend. Be sure that you register for that 9 to 1 virtually, or see if it's local to you to make sure that you attend that. The virtual training will be Lourdes Rosa, and that will be phenomenal. She brings so much energy, and she has a lot of experience to bring to the plate as well. And then global convention, we really have to be thinking about global, making sure you're registered, figuring out transportation, figuring out rooms, figuring out roommates, all the things. There's going to be a huge street party. This is just going to be so much fun. And then you can shop now for the limited edition global convention t-shirt that I think, if I believe right, like this is the one that you can wear then to the street party. I thought there was one specifically for the street party, but anyway, make sure you get your ducks in a row for that as well. And then as a reminder that the Axio rewards that we have for this month can be added to subscription as well. And no matter what, you will get the $10 or $20 off. So there is that. Okay, let me see. Somebody had a comment real quick. Oh, if anybody has a room for one, looking for a place at convention, good to know, Vicki. Vicki is looking for a roommate. Vicki, that's good to know. I'll keep a tally on all that. We'll get that figured out, Vicki. We always do. Hi, Diana. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Laura. Hi, Sally. Joyce just gave you a shout out. One enrollment away from the elite breakfast at convention. Woo, woo. Love it. Okay. So here's the thing. So I went to this social media branding seminar on Wednesday, okay? And they talked about the cycle of a buyer. They talked about the cycle of a customer, and especially through like social media and how, and here's the cycle, okay? This is what they shared. Laura also needs a room and a roommate. Perfect, okay. So first of all is the connection phase. And this is where, you're connecting with your audience, like Me Too posts. You're telling stories about the problem that you solved, showing empathy, putting yourself in their shoes. Number two is then you're creating awareness in their mind, right? So you're thinking of the person you want to attract. So first you're connecting with them. And then second, by them continuing to watch you, you're building awareness. So you're telling your audience exactly what you do and how they can work with you. And this is a constant, something that we keep repeating. And then number three is a desire. So you're showing the problem that you solve and before and afters, and then talk about how they feel after they work with you or buy the product. And in this case, we're going to be talking about work. We're talking about building our teams. So I want you to think about your story. So what was it like before you came into LifeVantage, connecting with people's stories? They say in that recent podcast I heard that you were the most equipped to help the person that you were when you first started LifeVantage. You were positioned to help the person that you were before you started LifeVantage. That is like your thing, right? And then the purchase comes in, or where they connect. And this is testimonials, showing social proof of what the business has done for other people. And then there's the launch. And every day you're talking about the launch in your posts and your stories and videos. And then there's the transformation. So they also talked about, and it's so crazy because I've been praying on this, okay? This isn't off a whim. Like, I've been praying on this. And then I heard a podcast that talked about the exact same thing that this talked about. They talked about how many successful businesses, when they have like a real turn, it's because they've created almost a sense of FOMO and a sense of scarcity. For instance, instead of saying, you know, we're open 12 months a year for people to come in and enroll with our team, enroll at any time, and we've got 3 packs for you. And instead of doing that, what if we were to say our enrollment is only open to people 2 times a year? We're open in the month of September and open in the month of March. Now, we all know that if someone wants to come in between those months, we're not going to negate that. Of course, we're going to say yes, right? But what if we have this campaign where in September and March, those were big enrollment months. And those were months where we are intentional about the business. We're intentional about community. We're intentional about our stories. We're intentional about what the business has done for us, what personal development has done for us. Like, that is a month where we're uber focused on that. And we talk about the benefits of what people gain when they come in and they work with us during that time. And we say, and here's my plan, is we say that we only have 15 spots available in the month of September to bring in a new team, launch them together, and start them together in their own community, their own network. They all start together. And by coming in the month of March, we have a free launch system that will text you every single day, tell you exactly what to do, exactly what to post, and you get that for free. And I will pay for that. Everyone that you bring in, I will pay for the success system, that $49, because I believe in this so much. I just think this would be a really fun thing to try. I don't know if it's going to be successful, but when I shared it in the mastermind part, after the session, there were a lot of other network marketers in the room, and they all thought it was a really good idea. So I came home and just, my mind would not stop. So up until that point, up until September, so here's my idea, clarity. September is a month that is open for TMAC to bring in new team members. We are open in the month of September for enrollments of new team members. And if anyone joins us in the month of September, they will get the success system for $49 for free. Okay. And they don't even have to know that it's free. We can, I don't know what the value is that it's attached to that, but it's got to be a lot. I see some of you using those posts, and I'm so proud of you. So building up to the month of September, when we launched 15 spots, only having 15 spots, if we go over, hallelujah, of course we'll let them in. But that FOMO and that scarcity, we're saying we only have 15 spots available to bring new people in. And so up until then, in these next 2 weeks of August, leading up to September, we are going to talk about our stories. You're going to talk about what it feels like to be a part of this community. You're going to talk about maybe a product story. And I made a Word document filled with posts for you to use in the next 2 weeks that will allow you to then create the connection, the awareness, the desire with your audience that will help you build that attraction in these next 2 weeks. So then when we launch in September, it might give you that extra edge for them to then say, hey, I've been watching you, I'd like in on this. Does that make sense? What do you guys think? You think I'm crazy, or do you think is everybody on board? Okay. So here's a couple of things too. First of all, like I said, I made the Word document, so I will post this so that everybody has it. So it's just September promotion, and it's business post ideas for August. They're all below. So, I mean, I literally give you the copy and paste posts. Some of them are from the success system. I know all of you have invested in that anyway. You're all the people that show up consistently. And then if you've already used some of them, that's okay, right? There's a lot of them on here, and some of them are just different ideas I threw in there. Posting a picture of yourself, some wins. And then I even created a post right here, this post, one that we could all do the last day of August, that talks about being a business, if there's having a side hustle, and the fact that we're launching something big. And then also having one of those posts like the last week of August, where you post something big is coming, right? And I'll communicate this through Team Act so that we're all kind of all on the same page. So I have this document for you. And one of the things too, in the next 2 weeks to help set us up for this open enrollment season for Team Act, where only 15 spots are available, is making sure that all of your customers are in Vitality Living. And that is making sure that every single one of them is in there. Even if you already know they are, just touching base with them, making it a touch point, saying, I just want to ensure that you're in Vitality Living, and getting the social proof that you need to continue to give you the belief that I want you to have to stay on these products and in ways that they can help you, right? Also, in the next 2 weeks, that means being super intentional to interact and comment and love on the people that you would love to be in business with, whether it's your current customers, whether it's somebody that you've been prospecting for a while, whether it's someone in network marketing in another business. There's a lot of network marketers apparently that are they're keeping an eye on LifeVantage because of the collagen and what it's doing. Then at the end of August, begin asking your customers if they've ever thought about the business. We've all heard Carrie Dickey talk about this, right? How she would go to these network marketing events, how she went to a Southern Living event and loved all of it and was like totally in, but no one asked her if she was in. No one asked her if she was interested in doing the business. So she walked out the door and never did it. It was at our Arbonne. But anyway, no one ever asked her. And we can't expect our customers to always come to us. Customers that come to you, they're a blue M&M basically when they come to you and say that they want to do this as a business, right? But other times people might be thinking about it, but because life's so busy, they just need to be asked the question. They just need to be led. I did a 3-way Zoom just before the One Person Big Difference Zoom. And she was like, well, I just really want to know about the products. And by the end of the Zoom, we were showing her the packs because I told her, look, you just told me your husband doesn't work in the same town you do, and you hardly ever see him. So I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that there's an opportunity here, and it's better than ever because everybody loves collagen. Everybody knows what collagen is. So ask your customers, and you're going to do this the end of August. We're going to have this time period, the last week of August. I'll remind everybody to ask your customers if they've ever thought about the business. And then I'm going to be doing opportunity presentations once a week, every week in the month of September. So I'll let you know this as well, but it'll be September 1st, the 6th, 15th, 20th, and 29th. It goes Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday. So if it's not a Thursday night, it's a Tuesday night. And it will always be at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will keep them short and sweet. We'll talk a little about the products, but it will be heavy business focused. And I might even ask one of you to come on and share your story. Be super intentional the next 2 weeks, interactive, blah, blah, blah. And then also when you make your posts, I want you to think about this from now on. This is something they talk about in the success system. When you make a post that is related to something about LifeVantage, right? And we're not going to say the company's name. We're not going to say the product's name. This is all curiosity marketing. I want you to take the post from Facebook and in the little right-hand corner, click share. And I want you to share it to your stories. You don't have to add any extra glitz around it, but by sharing it to your stories, people are then going to go to your page and they're going to want to see it if it attracts them, if it attracts the person that you're looking for. Okay. The other thing that I want to be able to utilize, and I know not everybody has this, are, remember when I made these little story cubes and it has your image and then a little bit about your story? We've got a lot of these. I will repost these for you to use as well. This doesn't have to be your team member, but like your personal, but these are your team members. These are people you know, these are people you work with. And once I post these, if you do not have one made, we will get one made for you. This is basically just a little blurb of people's where they were before LifeVantage and where they are now, like where they were before, why they said yes, and where they are now, or why they're excited. I think these will play a big part in it as well, just to get those stories out there to people of how this is helping other people and changing their life along the way. The other thing I want to do, this will be so fun. Don't overthink it, okay? You can have someone record you doing this, or you can do it yourself. But Jen Dykstra sent me this audio from Instagram, and it's an audio that we can make a reel from, and all of us can be on the reel. Now, there's more of us on here right now than is equipped for the beats of the reel, but that's okay, because I'll make a couple of them so that you're all have your own and you all can be in it with some of your team members. But it's basically just a boom. That's the beat. Dun, dun, boom. Dun, dun, boom. Dun, dun, boom. So all I'm going to need you to do, each of you, I will send you the audio so that you have an idea of what it is. But I just want you to make a video of yourself, not very long, but enough for me to work with, and then I'll splice it and put it together, of pounding a table and then swiping to the right. Swipe or swipe, swipe to the right. Pound, swipe, pound, swipe. Make sense? That makes sense? Okay, I want you all to do that. Now, it'd be really ideal if someone could record you, and then when you swipe, they move the camera with it. But if that doesn't happen, that's okay. Okay, we'll work with it no matter what. But if you could have a way where the camera moves when you do it, that's icing on the cake. But if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. Do we all got it? Is everybody in for that, to make a reel of the people you work with? Okay, let me take a screenshot so I know everybody that's in on this. I think because I'm running all the left, but I think that would be fun too. I'm thinking of all these things that we could do in order to create that campaign, but then also have it. When do I want the video by? Get it to me by the end of the week, please. By the end of the week. Does that work? Just like 15 to 30 seconds. And then I'll just use the portion that I can, but I just want you to, okay? And then I'll use what I can from it. Another thing that I suggest doing is going and watching the One Person Big Difference Zoom from tonight. There were different stories of people of how the business has helped them to be able to step away when life happened. And I think you playing that back and putting your phone up to your computer and then recording some of those stories would be also very valuable to play in your stories, if that makes sense. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, I think that'd be really, really valuable. Just another thing to incentivize people. Okay. I also want everybody right now to get out your phones and take a picture of this Zoom, of all of us together. You should be doing this every Monday. Every Monday, you should be taking a picture of all of us together. And then you should be posting about it in your stories, talking about how much you love Mondays, or, you know, something positive, like share how you really feel being a part of this and being on these on Monday nights and what you gain from it. Do you understand what I'm talking about here? I want you to be thinking about setting the stage and setting the tone I want you to have your person from the outside watching you right now, seeing the joy that you have by being a part of a community, sharing your story. Yes, community. And a side hustle, the extra income, all the things. When I post that Word document, look through those posts, make them your own, and start showing up 2 to 3 times a week in different ways, sharing a picture of you or sharing a picture of you at an event. It's all in that Word document. But your goal is to set the stage so that when September happens and we launch the month of enrollment for Team ACT and we share what's happening, you've already kind of teased your audience. You've already done the connecting, you've done the awareness. And then in the month of September, it's something that we will continue to talk about. We'll continue to post our stories, how excited we are that the new team members have come in, sharing the profiles of people that you're working with, different things like that. Does that sound good? Okay. I think this could be really cool, you guys. It really could. Like, this is something Eric Worre always talks about anyway. He's always said, bring people in groups so you can launch them together. It's like you go really hard for a 90-day cycle, you enroll a bunch of people, and then in those next 3 to 6 months, you're working on just launching them and supporting them. And what if we created that cycle, right? September, March, where all of us together are uber focused on bringing people into the business. I just think it could be really special. And so the more that you think about your heart and your desire and your love for being a part of this community, and the more you share that, the better it's going to be while we go through this. And then I will continue to work on posts and things that we can use in the month of September as we do this. But remembering those opportunity presentations will be happening once a week, every week. And you can know like clockwork that that's what you can plug people into. But your really, really warm market right now is your customer database or your customers that you have. And then taking that next step of asking if they've ever thought about the business. Because what if they have, right? Okay, I'm going to go to share my screen again real quick. There's something else I want to share with you guys. This is so good, by the way, but I just wanted you to hear this. This is Ed Mylett on Lewis Howes' podcast.
Book, great book, incredible book. And he goes, you really intend to help people. And he goes, all these things with your father and your upbringing and all that, Ed, he goes, that's all made you. And he goes, you have such a heart to want to help people. And he goes, would you do me a favor if we never meet again? And we ended up meeting many times. I said, yeah. And he said, never link your confidence to your ability. Because I know you struggle with your confidence. If it's predicated.
Never link your confidence to your ability, right? Because all of us could say to ourselves, I suck at this business. We're all going to find ways to beat ourselves up, think we don't do well, think we don't do enough. Don't link your confidence to your ability. Instead,
predicated on your abilities or your achievements, you're always going to be chasing it. He goes, but if you link your confidence to your intentions, man, do you have beautiful intentions. And that is something I knew about me. I know I have a good heart. And I've never forgotten that. So when I do a podcast or a speech, I just connect to my intent, you know, and it's been the one thing that's brought me confidence. Because if you said, hey, Ed, you gotta be confident because you're great, or you got a house, or you have a plane, I go, yeah, but. But if you go, you got to be confident because you have beautiful intentions to help people, I go,
I might have to listen to you.
You might be right.
Yeah.
And that's where my confidence comes from.
So
okay, you have to hear this next part too. But would all of you say that you have good intentions when you talk to people about the products in the business? Abso-freaking-lutely. Absolutely you do. So be confident in the fact that you know your intentions are rock solid and your intentions are pure, and you know you have people's best intentions at heart.
an athlete, I gain confidence from results, from actually getting the result of becoming better.
Yeah,
right?
that's one way to get it.
Right, I was not good, and then I put in the effort.
Yeah.
And all the mistakes or the failures or the feedback, what I like to call it, gave me the lessons and taught me how to get better to accomplish the result that I was looking for. Achieve the goal, win the game, or just improve my abilities. So what I'm hearing you say is link confidence to intention.
Mhm.
Some people say link it to the effort,
Mhm.
right? Like the effort that you show up,
Mhm.
that you just keep showing up. And others talk about the results.
Yep.
Should we be thinking about it?
There's two. I call it the holy trilogy in the book of self-confidence.
What is this?
But the confidence trilogy is faith, have confidence. So if you're a person of faith, no matter what you believe in, it's amazing to me how people that believe in energy, quantum energy, or they believe in, they're a Christian like me, and I believe in both, by the way.
Yeah.
But whatever their faith is, that they have it on Sunday, they have it at Bible study, or they have it when they get together with their friends or when they meditate, but somehow when they walk into a business meeting, they're alone. So why are you alone then, but you're not alone these other times? So I'm never alone. So that's number one. Number two is my intention. And third is my associations change my confidence. But here's the biggie. If you don't have self-confidence, here's what you have. You have a really bad reputation with yourself.
Yes.
You have built a habit of not keeping the promises you make to yourself. We've all heard this before, but there's a level. I have a chapter in the book called One More Standard. Here's how I built what I would call almost superhuman confidence in spite of my insecurity. Think about that. Superhuman confidence in spite of my insecurity. And it's exactly what you just said. It's an effort play. If you don't have self-confidence, you've never kept the promises you make to yourself. Check that box. If you have self-confidence, you've started to keep the promises you make to yourself. If you want to have superhuman self-confidence, you keep the promises you make to yourself and one more. So if I'm going to get up and I'm going to work out, I'm going to do 10 reps in the gym, I do one more.
Wow.
If I'm going to do 45 minutes on the treadmill, I do one more. If I want to make 10 contacts in the day, I do that and one more. If I'm going to tell my daughter I love her every day, I'm going to do that and one more.
Wow.
And so that higher standard, because in life, we don't get our goals, we get our standards long term. And so if your standard is one more, what starts to happen is you go, I'm willing to do things other people aren't willing to do. And I combine that I have great faith, great associations, and I intend to help people. This is a formula to build wonderful self-confidence and never lack humility when you have it.
So when did you learn this one more mindset? Was this from your dad early on, or was this
It's from my dad. So we talked about this,
Yeah.
a little bit earlier, but my dad had these couple theories he would always say to me. And so one was when he got sober, he gave it one more try. He was going to stay sober one day at a time. And then my dad, there's no dreaming in my house. There's no like, my jet, I've been blessed, like multiple airplanes, right, in my life. My jet was in almost walking distance of my dad's house. He's never been on any of them.
Wow.
And I would say to my dad, I would say, hey, let's go play golf in Maui. Let's go. There's these great golf courses in the ocean. And my dad would say, well, why would I go all the way to Maui to play golf with my favorite person, my son, and we can play here in Chino? It's not about there. I want to be with my son. So my family had none of that stuff. But my dad knew I was a dreamer. And my dad would always say, I was one decision away from changing my life the whole time. One choice. And he'd say, Eddie, you're not as far away from these dreams as you think you are. And I'd say, really, Dad? And he goes, no, you're actually a lot closer than you think. But because you think it's so far away, you behave in accordance with that belief system, and it always keeps it that far away from you.
So how do we bring our dreams closer to us?
The first thing is, that's a great question. The first thing is you need to believe and know that you're one decision, one relationship, one meeting, one book, one thought, one something away from a completely different life. And when you know that, then you begin to look for them. And so in the second chapter of the book, I have a thing in the book called the matrix. And your matrix is your reticular activating system in your brain.
So good, right? I was telling my husband about that, and I'm like, I was talking about, it was just such a wake-up call to me about my beliefs. And I have dreams and I hold some confidence, but how close I think Pro 8 is for me, I'm reaching for it. I've never looked at it as it's this close to me. Was this interview regarding his book? Yes, it was. Yeah, it's a podcast. If you can look it up under the School of Greatness for Lewis Howes, and you'll see it, or just go to YouTube and type in Ed Mylett Lewis Howes, and the whole interview is phenomenal. But I just love that part about you're as close to your dreams as you think you are if you believe that they're that close to you, that you're one decision, one person, one enrollment. Like even if you got one enrollment in the month of September, would you all just be ecstatic, right? Another new team member in the month of September, that'd be amazing. I would love that for all of you. So, but we just have to believe and not grab at it, but believe that it's just so close for us. I have to believe that Pro 8 is so close that I act like a Pro 8. You have to believe that your next rank, the rank that you would love to have, that dream, that it's so close that you're actually that person. Like you catapult yourself into being that person you need to be at that rank, and you start living your life that way. And then you're even more intentional on attracting the people you want to attract into your business because you have no doubt of where you're going, right? It just makes sense. It's this beautiful big snowball. It just makes sense. So I wanted to share that with you guys. What questions do you have about our Team Act open enrollment month of September for 15 spots? Anybody?
Yes.
Dan.
Hey, I've been kind of out of tune a little bit. I was on vacation for a lot of July, and we have our wedding coming up on October 1st. So a lot of spokes in the wheel. So I'm just I was really hoping to team in right today, and I'm here for a bit, but yeah, I know I got to go back and hear what's going on. So I'm just kind of hearing things for the first time.
Yes, welcome back. And I'm so excited for you. You still have the most important dates coming up when you get for your wedding. So that's so exciting. And congratulations on all your success. Even while you walked away, all these enrollments came in, which was so cool. But yeah, so it's an idea that I created from a mastermind social media event that I was at. And they talked about how a lot of businesses, once they build that scarcity mindset, it actually brings more people and more business into, instead of I have 20 spots or I have 50 spots. It's I only have. It's that sense of FOMO. It's that sense of, okay, I have to do it now. It catapults people into action more than they would normally if they thought that they had time. And we're going to try to condense time and the spots available to really get people and maybe push them forward in their mindset of taking that leap to say yes to an opportunity sooner rather than later. And I just feel like September is a great month to do that too, you guys, because the kids will be back in school. Things will be settled down a little bit. There's no big holiday in that month. And I just think if we really work together with this and utilize one another's stories and leverage ourselves through helping one another with ideas, but I just think it could be really, really big. So we're basically saying just that, Dan, that September will be the Team Act month of enrollment. We have 15 spots available. Of course, if there's more, that'd be great, but I just came up with 15 because it just kind of seems like I don't know, it's a big number for us, but yet a small number to most people. We would break records with 15 team members coming in September, you guys. It would be huge for us. But it also, Dan, will then truly, if we had 15 new team members come in, imagine all of us bringing at least one new team member, and we bring them together on a Team Act call on a Monday night, and we introduce all of them together. They instantly are going to form this community and they get to launch their business together. We could create their own Facebook messenger group just for them to talk and support and cheer one another on as they go through the success system. It would just be so amazing. So anyway, and then for every team member that comes in the month of September, Dan, I will purchase the success system for them. So they will get the 30-day success system for free. And that is every single day they'll get a text. They'll be told what to post, what to put in their stories. It's literally a copy and paste system that they'll have at their disposal.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited about this, guys.
That's awesome.
I really think it could be super fun. Yes, Crystal.
So the posts that you have in your Word document, those are for August in preparation for September. Is that correct?
Well, they can be used in September as well. Absolutely. They're going to, because there's more than what would be used in the month of August. If you took all of those that are in there on the Word document and you used all of them in the next 2 weeks, people are going to get tired of you. They're going to think it's too much. But if you
Okay.
can just take a couple of those, like a couple each week in the next 2 weeks, choosing the ones that you like, with the mindset of, I really want to build some desire and awareness with my audience, and then use the rest within the month of September, I think that's perfect. And then, of course, we'll come up with more along the way too. But yeah, great question. Vicki?
Where will that Word document be? Are you going
I'm
to put
gonna
it in
post
Team?
it- Yeah, I'll post it in TMAC.
Okay,
I'll pin it to the top.
okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll pin it to the top. So it's easy to find always. Diana, did you have a question? No? Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. So it starts now. And remember, at the top of that Word document that I put in there, one of your first goals is to making sure all of your customers are in Vitality Living so that you know they're getting the social proof, and they're really seeing the power of how these products can help them. And then in the last week of August, you're going to be approaching your customers and asking them if they've ever thought about doing this as a business. And then again, also in the month of September 1st, then the next Tuesday, then the next Thursday, and then the next Tuesday, and then the next Thursday, I'll be doing opportunity presentations once a week for people to plug in and get a full picture of what we're doing. I'll speak directly to the launch, to the enrollment in September, what they get for free, all of it. It'll be directly linked to that. Okay. All right, let's pray about this, okay? All right. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for this amazing team and these amazing people. Thank you for LifeVantage, the phenomenal products that have been developed for us. Thank you for the collagen and all the beautiful stories that it's doing for everybody. I just pray that this continues to give us confidence to just build LifeVantage to that next level that we know that we can. I also pray, Lord, that everyone on this Zoom just remembers that they truly are not building this business alone. Help them to have the confidence necessary to just be bold and to let people hear their voice and to know that there are people out there just like them, and they are the ones that people need to hear from. And Lord, just bless our initiative in this next month and a half. Just help us to be guided in our decisions that we make. Help us to just, I pray, Lord, like make it a success. I would love for you just to help us make this a success. I ask for abundance of team members that will flood LifeVantage in the month of September because they love what we stand for and they love the community that we have. So help us to just bring in the masses in September and build this team to a really beautiful place and just expand our community in a really wonderful way, because you know we will take such good care of them. In your name we pray, amen. You got to ask, right? Just going to put it out there and ask. All right, everybody have a great night. Thank you for showing up. And I will post that right after this is done, that Word document with all the post ideas on it. So you have those, okay? And it'll be pinned to the top. And reach out to me for anything. And again, if you want your own little graphic made, I'll post those as well. So you have all of them that has your picture and your before story of LifeVantage and how you feel now. Let me know. It's easy for me to make those and I'll type it up for you. Okay? Okay. Mwah. Bye, everybody.